for anybody that works in retail in any shape or form, it can be real hell. I'm Styx, this is River Styx Media. It's time for the monthly book review. And for the month of August, we are reviewing For Whom the Belle Tolls by Jaysea Lynn. Now, my intro, it pertains to this book. So, the main character, Lily, she used to work in retail. She dies of a terminal illness. She gets sent to the afterlife. In the afterlife, she wanders her way to hell. And she creates something called the help desk. And she puts her retail skills, because she was a retail worker in life, she puts that to use dealing with disagreeable souls. That's basically what drew me to this book, is I've worked in retail as a cashier. I know some customers can be shits. If I had an opportunity to do something in the afterlife that I could, without abandon, say whatever I wanted to say in life to those shitty customers, I'd be Lily. And particular really, really bad souls, like anything that was really bad, I'd beat the living shit out of them. She does. So, like I said, it is a romance novel. I enjoyed it. I enjoyed the story. I enjoyed, it's a good story. It's a 600-page book. I will warn anybody that is thinking about picking this up. It is a good story. There are some parts in it that are a little explicit. The sex scenes are explicit. And there's a lot of trauma in this book. There's one character that deals with PTSD about 3/4 of the way through the book. There's child trauma. There's emotional trauma. And I think that's what it is at its core. Is it is a romance novel. It is, I guess, falls into the class of romantasy. It is a fantasy novel. It does take place in the afterlife. But at its core, there's a lot of trauma. There's a lot of trauma, and there's a lot of healing that goes on throughout the book. And the ending was unexpected. It was a very good ending. I was not expecting it. I enjoyed it. Like, I actually crammed the last of it today so I could get this video out. I had to stop a couple of times because there were some scenes that made me take a break, and like it really made me think about the afterlife, and like, is it, I know this is fictional, and I know that it's Jaysea Lynn's take on the afterlife. Now, apparently this is based off her, Jaysea Lynn, she has a TikTok. It's based off her TikTok. She decided to sit down and she would do like she does these little skits, I guess, to do with hell and working customer service in hell. I personally don't have TikTok. I have never felt good about getting TikTok. So anybody in the comments that's telling me to get TikTok, fuck you. I'm not going to get TikTok, but if you have seen her TikTok, this is the book that it's based off of. So I enjoyed it. I recommend picking it up. However, I will warn you, there is some explicit sex scenes, especially one involving a tail. Couldn't wrap my head around that, but I got through it. And there's a lot of trauma. And there is a disclaimer in the beginning of the book that is basically warning you that there is. It's easier if I just read it. I'll just skim over it. I'm not going to actually read it out in full. It's a humorous fantasy romance set in the afterlife and deals with death in the liveliest way possible. In addition to the lighter moments, this story includes elements that might not be suitable or palatable for all readers. Blood and gore, violence, battle, serious injuries, religious trauma, and terminal illness are all shown on the page, as well as multiple explicit sex scenes. Torture, child abuse, sexual assault, self-harm, and suicide are referenced and or discussed. So if you're sensitive to those subjects, just fair warning. The story is good, but that is all throughout the story. So, but I enjoyed it. So, for a first-time novel, Jaysea Lynn. Now, I believe this is supposed to be a series, maybe a trilogy, possibly a series. I'm not sure. This is book 1. I recommend it. So, that being said, if there's any books that you want me to check out in the future for future book reviews, be sure to leave a comment down below. If I have it, I will set it aside. If I don't have it, I will look into getting it. And that being said, we'll see you next month.